Okay, so I did not think we were gonna get a servant like this for a good while. We have an single target arts assassin with a triple arts deck with a poison niche. This is upgraded, or not upgraded. This is basically 4-star Serenity without the instant kill. So that part of the kit is completely removed, and all you have left is like poison. Poison, 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 poison. Everything about this character is poison, and it works beautifully with them. Works so well. This kit just like makes sense. It's something you can build around. It's something, if you're fighting a specific boss, you can really take advantage of. Like this kit can honestly like straight up negate a specific type of like cheese or a specific type of mechanic. And if you know me, you know I like my dots. This is the first time poison actually is like really good. So base attack, lower than average. She's also an assassin, so that's a negative modifier. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. HP. This is also anemic too. Wait. Yeah, no, this is low HP as well. Huh. Like, I don't usually like start off by like complaining about base stats, but this is actually like low base stats across both of them, right? Yeah, like usually this is a 5-star at level 30, this kind of HP, and that's a 5-star with low HP. So it's fine. She got healing in her kit, and a special kind of healing. 0.47% arts MP gain. This normally would be a problem, and it slightly is. But you have triple arts and 3 hits on each arts. So, and this is on an assassin with a decent quick card. I'm not going to say this is good. It's 4 hits, but base sergeant is low. You're supposed to be critting on these arts cards. You really are. If you're not, your refund's going to suffer. But this is a unit that actually does want to be doing a lot, just spamming arts. Preferably her own cards, but that's for later. Also, this Ascension she looks straight from a fantasy world. This does not look like a Fate character. This looks like a character from, I don't know, some like isekai anime. She looks like a mushroom wizard. Where do you see that other than isekai? Deck across the board is like good. Quick is above average, but her sergeant is lower than average, and it's not even that she has a super high presence concealment. Buster card's okay. 5-hit extra attack again. Extra attack is, I always say this on assassins, in terms of sergeant, as long as they have high hits, they're gonna gen a good amount of stars from an extra. MP charge is suffering, but it's not that bad. Like, she's not gonna be relying on her extra attack to refund that heavily. First skill, I already said she was poison. And good typo. Good typo, wiki. 1000 poison to all enemies for 5 turns. Increases arts performance 30% for 3 turns. Increases MP gen 20% for 3 turns. This is nice. This is very nice that she has this in her own kit, because this is going to make this extra attack work better, and it's going to make her arts cards like really, really good. Like, this is a downgraded version. No, this is slightly less than what Zufu would give you, like the party. And she has this for herself already. So synergy with Zufu and Castoria and all other art supports is already good. She already has this part, which is something a lot of art servants, they usually don't have MP gain up. They usually don't. They'll have the arts buff, but they won't have this. And there's most art supports are giving arts buffs, not MP gen. So her having this already, she's not heavily reliant on Castoria to give her this. Like, similar to Vlad. Vlad doesn't need double Castoria to like really pop off. Like, he's at the point where he'll MP, get like 50%, and then one art crit, and he might be at 150 or at least 100. Like, that's how powerful like this combo is on with like servants that are meant to be critting. Second skill, Guts. 1 time 3 turns, 50% uptime. Wish it was more, but it's okay. 500 damage cut for 3 turns. There is no it's not hit based. It is pure duration. So not as crazy as Draco, or like having 6 hits of 1000, but like in some circumstances this is better. And new buff, poison recovery buff for 5 turns, converts own poison damage to HP covering. I am 90% sure that this means the poison on her, not the poison damage she's dealing. Because if she healed HP for how much poison damage she would deal, or how much people take for poison, they should have made her HP higher, because then she could have gone from like 1 HP to like full HP in a turn. That would have been so hilarious if they actually made that a thing. Like, that would be the best healing in the game, because the uptime on it would be ridiculous. You would get 1,000 or 3,000 on the first turn just for popping this if you were fighting multiple enemies. Ugh, the potential this could have been. But the interesting part about this, they could give this as a buff to Van Gogh. Or they make a CE that's like curse healing or something, and you give that to Van Gogh, and Van Gogh's not gonna die. They're not gonna fucking die, because then you have like, then the synergy with Domin is actually like fully there, and Van Gogh won't go 1 HP because Domin gave her, or Domin cursed the enemy for like over like 1,000 per tick. This as a buff being introduced to the game, I just love it. So good. Like, this is what we need more of. We need more different buff. We need more different creative buffs. We don't need like just fixing every buff to be standard, because then the game is gonna get boring. They're innovating. Third skill, Party Battery, 20%. This is why I'm like sad. This is why I'm sad. They made this hit based, and I wish they didn't. I truly wish they didn't make this 3 attacks, 3 turns. So when normal attacking, you inflict 500 poison damage, 3 turns. This is worse than Serenity. Let me bring up Serenity right now. Like, Serenity, with her most recent buff, she got this. Not only is it at a higher value, it's not hit based, and while it may be specific to arts cards, that includes her MP. So by default, if you can loop the MP, you get 3 you'll guarantee get 3 of this, and any other arts cards you get. So that's, buff this first if you're gonna do buffs first. Like, I don't usually say like buff new servants already, but please buff this, because this is a neat, like, this limits her max damage potential. Like, I get why they put it in at release. Please eventually buff this and just get rid of this. 500% chance to inflict poison with 1000 damage for 5 turns to self. This is not a demerit. This is only a demerit if you pop these at different turns, because this means you get 1000 healing every turn. It sucks she can't inflict more poison to herself, but I'm sure there are ways you can force this. Passives. Sargen, 8%. Mental pollution. Poison debuff success rate. Very good. But this 20% means it bypasses magic resist. It's not crazy like Draco's, which is pretty much guaranteed you're always landing debuffs. But this is pretty nice, not gonna lie. It fights off most magic resist, and then you also get this mental debuff resistance. If this was not hit based, I would say go extra attack 100%, because you would want to be hitting every single card. But it is restricted. And because of this restriction, I feel Tamamo is like literally her best support to get this off cooldown as soon as possible. We're going to see it in a second with her MP, but she needs to be putting a whole lot of poison on enemies. Otherwise, you're going to have to be running her with like Serenity. Unironically, run her with Serenity, and then her damage will get way better. And then you're really just hitting arts cards. I think, but that kind of strategy is leaving you extremely vulnerable, and I wouldn't really advise it. But yeah, 666. Ha 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 ha. Funny. But it is good that all of this stuff is on the same cooldown, because you do want to, if you're running with Tamamo, you want everything to be like on the same cooldown. All of these you would want to double stack them at the same time. And if this is a 5-turn buff, if you're double stacking it, it goes to like above 100% uptime. You will like always have this recovering, and then you'll be doubling up. You'll be popping this again, and you'll be popping this again, and now instead of 1000 HP per turn, you get 4000 HP per turn. That is the most ridiculous passive healing besides Merlin. Here's the biggest thing though. This servant does not work with Castoria if you plan on utilizing the poison healing. Doesn't work, because Castoria is gonna cleanse off the poison, and at that point, like, you're better off just using Tamamo for healing then. It does open her up that you'd want to use her with different supports than just Castoria. But this is kind of the same thing that Van Gogh has with Castoria. Like, you can't use Van Gogh and Castoria because Castoria is going to cleanse all those poisons off. And that kind of messes up Van Gogh's gameplay. Like, they can't get the attack up. They won't get as hardy a battery from having all those poison curse stacks. There is like times where Castoria is not the best option, and this is a character they made specifically because of that. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Not really. I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks you can't use spam Castoria MPs, but Castoria, like, would still help. You just probably plug Suitor to the back, then bring out Miss Crane or something. Just you don't want to be popping Castoria MPs. Depends. Again, I said extra attack would be working, but she's limited on this. Mana loading helps at the start. Art servants don't really need it, and she doesn't have a 30%, she has a 20. So again, no, they're not gonna fix this to be a 30% party battery. They won't do that. Like in terms of buffing that. So she's probably gonna be stuck with this. If you get the extra coins, invest in this. There's nothing wrong with mana loading. It's just not the best option at all times. Saber enemies, this is for Nero. That's about it. MP. 4-hit art single target. Activates first, inflicts poison, 500 damage for 5 turns. Power, I believe this is yeah. So, super effective, or no, I forget whether this is super effective or power mod. I think this is power mod. Power mod against enemies that are poisoned based on the number of poison ticks. It's not a flat buff to damage like say Jox's MP or Jox's skill is. If they're debuffed, you get power mod, or if they're cursed, you get power mod against them. If the more stacks of poison you have, the higher the damage goes up. And you also, and this goes up to 10, so plus 150 damage, 150% damage. You also inflict the toxic status, so all the poison takes for even more. This looks to be a spammable MP. Also, arts buff up. Activates first. Very nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is there goes damage. She looks nuts. Especially because this is literally free. And I also got her yesterday, so that was cool. So, single target. Locusta. She's here. With poison, she just starts ramping up. This chart does not do her justice, because this is a servant that has serious ramp up, and just ×5 is not, it's what's realistic. It's what's realistic, and not taking into account like other parts of her kit. Is she still hitting like pretty hard? Yeah. No, like don't get me wrong, like I'm complaining about this damage not being represented properly. Look at where this damage actually is though. Jack and Comma, she's hitting harder than them. I'm like, yeah, she's not topping like the big 3 servants that are like king of single target assassin DPS, but she's matching people that are really, really good at being single target assassin. Is this not on the wiki? Okay. So go to this. Go to Atlas. I already have Locusta? No. Alright, her bond CE. Oh my god. Okay. Whoa. This is Jock's bond CE, but it also is 500 healing to herself, and I don't think you can cleanse this off. So she will always, like, if you put this bond CE on, passively 500 healing every turn. This is how you do the bond CE. It is fully in her kit, and it gives her a little something extra. I really wish they did something about the stats. Again, I like make this a passive or let you actually level these up, because this is a damn good one. This is a free power mod for how much she's spamming. Yeah, free power mod. Locusta, if you're summoning for Draco, is gonna be a good pickup. There aren't many single target arts assassins. Like we have Gramps, who's 1 turn, Shiki, who is like a welfare, and then Emiya, who doesn't have like doesn't have niches to go up higher damage. Shiome does though. So Locusta and Shiome, very similar types of gameplay revolving around dots to get stronger. But Locusta is specific to poison. Shiome has other power mods as well. So more diversity, always good. All right, that is it for me. I am super happy with this character, and I hope to be using her a lot in the future. Peace. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, sub, all that good YouTube stuff. I'm putting this at the end of the video because I'm really bad about selling out mid-video. So, thank you for watching.